Hello everybody and welcome back to another Bitcoin update. My name is Akash and today we're going to be taking a look at Bitcoin and a couple of altcoins that I'm looking to long now that I feel like Bitcoin's kind of bottom, right? So before I actually get into the details, please make sure to give me a follow on Twitter at mangek with a zero at the end. Click this link in my bio. It will take you to my YouTube channel where I post content almost every single day. So make sure to click the subscribe button, hit the bell icon so you don't miss out on the videos that I do. Right, so let's get into what's happening. Right, I recently posted this Bitcoin update. Right, the last time I posted the chart was 28th June. I expected Bitcoin price to go down at least this was my liquidity objective, right? Roughly around 19.5k, and that seems to have been like fulfilled, and the price has gone down and filled this FEG here, right? As you can see, hold up, this was on a 1 hour time frame. So let me just right. So I kind of expected the price to go up here, but if we kind of got rejected around the Monday's low, I expected the price to continue going lower. And right now things seem to be going up pretty good here. And as you can see here, the FEG that I've marked here was okay, but the price seems to have bounced off of this red line that you see here. As you can see, the FEG is currently kind of filled now, so I'm not gonna hold this here. I'm not gonna keep that here, right? So now that that's filled, what I'm expecting is for the price, this is done, right? There is this 4 hour demand zone that I've marked here, right, extending from 17.9k to 18.6k. Right, I am expecting the price to eventually tag this and then make a run up, but I'm not quite sure. Like the FVG has been filled, and like if you go on a 4 hour time frame, you can see you can either consider this as the edge for demand zone or this one, and both of these together, right? And if you look at it this way, the price has already tagged the candlestick body. So technically, I feel like the downside is done. And another kind of proof that makes me want to long here right now is that kind of made me long here is because of this particular setup that you see here. So usually when a price does this, right, like it forms a low and then it sweeps the low, that usually indicates that the objective to the downside is done. You see a lot of that stuff happen to the upside as well. Like for example, the price forms, rallies up, forms a swing high, and then forms a higher high, which collects the liquidity resting above these highs, and it continues to go lower. So the reason why price does this is because it takes out the early longers and the early shorters, right? People who long way too early have their stop losses just above this high somewhere around here. So as the price moves above that particular stop levels, it collects all the basically sell stops. In this case, it's going to be the buy stops. In this case, it's going to be the sell stops. Right now, this is one example which kind of adds to my thesis that there's no more downside for Bitcoin and the price is going to attempt to go higher. Right. Another great example is this particular thing that you see here. Right. Price formed a swing high, swept above the swing high, and the price candlestick bodies, 4 hour candlestick, 1 hour candlestick bodies kind of closed below this previous swing high. Now this is an SFP or a swing failure pattern, which indicates that the swing that you saw here from roughly 19.8k to 21.5k, this particular swing that you saw here kind of failed to go above it. So technically, although this is a higher high relative to this one, since the candlestick body is kind of closed below the previous swing high, it's called as a swing failure pattern. And since then, the price has produced lower highs and lower lows, and this drop that you saw here kind of finalized and filled up all the inefficiencies present here. So yeah, that is one reason, like a couple of reasons why I feel like the downside is done now, right? So let me just take out this line here. The liquidity objectives done. We've stopped the previous Monday's low, right? So all we have right now is from a 4 hour time frame. You can see that there is quite a bit of resistance here, roughly up to this point, right? So this is going to be the main part. Like even though I'm longing here, I'm expecting the price to at least go retest the Monday's low here at 20.4. I don't feel like we're going to get it, so I'm going to be cautious and I'm going to I'm gonna try taking some profits around here, not just for Bitcoin, but a couple of altcoins as well, right? So basically, to sum it up, right, my targets include anywhere from 20K to 19.7K, and after that, if we kind of get a flip of this level here, then I'm expecting Bitcoin price to retest the Monday's low. Clearly, we have the weekly open and the Monday's high that we kind of get. It needs to be swept, but I'm not gonna get ecstatic right now. I'm just gonna be conservative with my profits. So yeah, that pretty much sums up my take on Bitcoin. Right. That said, I do want to talk about a couple of altcoins that I'm looking at. Right. The first one is obviously Doge, right? And the reason why I'm looking at Doge is that on a weekly time frame, you can see here the momentum reversal indicator flashed a buy signal, and every time this flashed buy signal, it's Dogecoin has respected that, and Dogecoin has done exactly that. Like, it's not just the buy signal. If you look at it, like, let's take a look at the buy signals first, right? This buy signal here on 19th October was literally met by a 461% upswing after this one was flashed. Only after that was a sell signal flashed here, right? After the sell signal was flashed from the top, the price dropped approximately 53% and then continued its rally, right? The overall, like, 2021 20 bull cycle was basically the top of this cycle was marked by the MRI indicator again, and after this the price crashed 91%. Yes, but if you had kind of shorted bit Dogecoin around here, you could have waited until the price formed another buy signal, so you could have basically caught the 70% downswing that you saw here. Again, this buy signal here was followed by a 92% upswing, and then after the buy signal that was formed here in July, this is the first buy signal Dogecoin has printed. So obviously, when I saw this in the second week of June, I was extremely how do I put it? I was extremely optimistic, considering that Bitcoin had already crashed quite a bit and felt like it was going to bottom there around 17 or 18K. I longed Dogecoin, and if you go on a lower time frame, right, I long Dogecoin. Somewhere here, the price went down a bit, but I held through my positions, and I think I closed. I'm not sure where I closed it. It was somewhere around here. I think I closed it around here, 0.072, and I wanted to short this, but I don't know. I didn't feel like shorting it, but yeah, right now things are looking pretty good. The price has retraced quite a bit, and right now I've already long Dogecoin, but the first hurdle that it needs to overcome is 0.065. Right, beyond this, I'm still expecting Dogecoin to retest the high time frame resistance level here at 0.078, which would indicate that 22% upswing is kind of on the horizon for Doge. Right, so this is my first coin that I'm looking at. The second coin is EGLD, right? And the reason why I want to long this coin is because of this setup that I'm seeing here, right? You see the price has formed a higher high, but the RSI has formed a lower low. So this is a bullish divergence. So I'm expecting the price to, if not all the way up to $65, which would indicate a 40% upswing. I'm at least expecting a run up to this level here at 54. So that would mean that you're looking at a 14% upswing for EGLD or Eldrond, right? So this is the second coin that I'm looking at. The third coin would be IMX, right? IMX formed a double bottom here, and it kind of looks like this W pattern that I see a lot. And although I'm a little late longing this, I think I already did long here around roughly $1, and I'm expecting the price to rally another 12%. Right, this is a very short-term play that I'm looking at. I might take book profits here, although I have to mention I haven't longed quite a heavy amount. I've just opened pilot longs for IMX, EGLD, and Doge. I think I've gone heavy on Doge. Right, that said, let's take a look at Shiba, right? I wanted to long Shiba along with Doge, but I kind of felt like now is not the right time to long Shiba, mainly because the price hasn't really filled the FPG that you saw here. right? Again, Shiva left a lot of FEG as it rallied up. So we might never get a fill of this FEG here, and Shiva might continue going up. Right. Either way, I'm not comfortable longing Shiva around here. So yeah, that pretty much sums up my take on the altcoins, the current market structure. So yeah, the if I were to kind of point out why this trade would invalidate, right? There's only one scenario where I see this trade get invalidated. That would be if we get a dip below the 50% of this demand zone that we see here, which is roughly around 18.5k. So if I get a 4-hour candlestick close below 18.5k, I might be disinclined to keep my positions open. I would just close them even if it's in loss, right? So yeah, that is one invalidation outlook that I'm seeing, because if the price kind of goes below the 50% of this demand zone, I feel like the demand zone is invalid. So yeah, that sums up my take on the market structure. If you enjoyed this, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. If you have any doubts, make sure to comment on any of my posts on Twitter. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Have a great day. Peace.